Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So, this is going to be one of them crazy Matrix talk videos, yeah? And some realization as well. So, yeah, whatever comes up, just go with it, innit? So, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, right? But, I don't know, I know in London anyway, it seems to be like there's more and more roadworks going about, yeah? Like, literally, all there's so many road closures and so much they do, I don't know, I think they're doing pipe works or gas works, right? But it's literally right, for one, it's a distraction, yeah, and they're trying to slow down the process of things taking place, right? And also they're trying to slow down the process of people actually getting anywhere, right? And it's funny enough, um, because remember I keep saying that time is speeding up, right? And literally, someone said to me today that I think scientists have now confirmed that time is actually speeding up. Or no, what did he say? He actually said that scientists said there are less hours in a day, right? So time is actually speeding up. I've been noticing this so much. It's frustrating when you want to get things done in it, if that makes sense. But with all the roadworks and everything that's happening, we're just watching the collapse of the infrastructure, yeah, um, which is interesting because things got to kind of break down to then rebuild, right? Um, which is kind of interesting, but it's frustrating when you're actually trying to get places, and it's like, dude, they've literally everywhere I go, like they've locked off so much road doing road works and stuff, and it's like, dude, like use. I swear it was only like a couple. That not even that long ago that they've done the same thing, um, and they still haven't fixed the problem and stuff. Even though I keep saying it's a distraction, they're trying to keep people. Oh yeah, we've got to do road work, and then everyone is taking people longer to. It's actually creating more chaos. They make chaos out of what's it called. You know, these people, they like to create a problem and then come up with a solution, right? So obviously, by them doing roadworks, it's taking people longer to get places, right? To work, pick up your kids or whatever, and then you're going to be getting more frustrated because like it's taking time out of what you need to get done, right? And this is like an ongoing thing. Like the system is just basically trying to make sure that you haven't got no time for yourself, right? Because the more time you have with yourself, yeah, is where you find out who you really are. So the system wants to just keep people busy, 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 yeah. So they're all preoccupied with material things, chasing the bag, and um, consumerism, right? That they don't know who they are. A good majority of them, anyway. Um, Even though it is about the balance, because we are living in this three-dimensional world, and uh, material things, yes, we need material things, right? But then it's about the balance, right? Um, yeah, it's about the balance because a lot of a lot of things that are portrayed, yeah, in the media and in society, right, um, is like, what's the word? What's the word that I'm looking for? I'm trying to word it. Like, say if it is okay, cool. We use celebrities as an example, yeah. Like, yeah, you like celebrities going around wearing designer this, spending five, whatever pair, 100 on shoes and stuff like that. But the majority of people can't actually do that. Yeah. So then that instantly causes a what's the word? A sense of not enough or lack of, if that makes sense. If it's getting plastered in your face, like, and yeah, if it's getting plastered in your face, uh, where's I going with that? Anyway, like about time, yeah, like I was going with the time. I'm jumping around at the moment. So with the time thing, um, when was it? things will keep happening. A lesson will keep repeating until the lesson has been learned, right? So I got a realization like last week, right? So the last year, right, the universe has actually been forcing me, yeah, to like stay still, yeah. But as a trauma response, I don't like staying still, right? So usually I'm always running about doing this, doing some mad. I'm always up to something if you know me, innit, yeah. And um, it's kind of operating subconsciously of moving around, right? Um, so so I got to the realization that I move around um, to not sit with myself, right? To not feel, yeah. And that's another thing that the universe is doing right now. It's making you people. Well, I don't know about other people, but yeah, it's making me having to sit with my emotions and to actually process stuff, right? Because as I keep saying, it's like um, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So it's bloody cold out here, man, and the sun's out and everything, man. Um, yeah, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, right? So um, what do I keep saying? Yeah, when I keep saying feeling is healing, it's like I'm saying it, but what's it called? Oh, it's hard to explain, man. Some of the things are hard to explain. So basically, do as I say, not as I do, right? If that makes sense, yeah. So, yeah. So when I'm saying feeling is healing, it's like when I'm saying it out to the collective, because I'm a part of that collective that I'm reading from. It's like needs to come back to me, if that makes sense. So anyway, so yeah, that's my current thing. So the last week or two, I've literally kind of had to kind of sit with myself, yeah, and it's really interesting um, when you're sitting with yourself, what actually comes up, because sometimes as a trauma response, it can be uncomfortable sitting with yourself, right? Um, but it's the main thing is about awareness, yeah. Healing starts with awareness, so once you can start being aware of certain things, yeah, that's when you can start making the changes, right? So it's like um it's like last year and somewhat of this year, I've been kind of distracting myself any way I can. So I've been gaming quite a lot, but then before I used to put restrictions on my gaming because it's a pastime and it's a distraction, right? So it's about the balance, yeah. I don't know. That road looks cool. I don't know. Just near Regent's Park. Uh, so it's not about restricting certain things that you like doing, right? Um, it's just about the balance, right? So my thing is right now I've got so many things I'm trying to do, and it's like I ain't got time. Not that I ain't got time, but it's like when you got a lot of things to do at one time, it's it's a lot in it. So so it's like yeah, right, cool. So trying to find the balance with the gaming. I'm trying to eat better, right? And that's another thing, yeah, that I'm gonna point out to you guys, right? Um, because I've been trying to not feel, yeah, or trying to run from what I'm feeling, I've been comfort eating, right? And when you what what basically happens is you see when you put on weight, right? Or you see like fat people, right? Basically what the fat is just it's like protection. It feels like you're trying to protect yourself, right? That's what no, it's not like that's what it is, right? It's like, say for instance, insecure people that go to the gym and build up bare muscle, right? It's still a form of insecurity. You're trying to protect yourself, right? Um, so it's like, all right, cool. So, because I've been overeating, where I put on weight in the abdomen, right? And that's where your sacral chakra is, right? And that's the house of your emotions. So even though I haven't been taking the piss with eating, it's like, yeah, even if I do overeat a bit, it's like I can feel it there storing, if that makes sense. So it's really weird. So yeah, that's something that I've come aware of as well. Um, so What else? What else? What else? So yeah, the current theme, and we're going into a retrograde as well. So you're gonna have things coming up for healing as well. Gonna probably have X's coming up, and communication technology is gonna be going to shit. Um, so yeah, the current theme for me is having to be stationary and stay still, um, and to feel, like sit with my feelings, yeah, instead of kind of run from them. Which is interesting. Like I can do it. It's not that I can do it. It's like I'm really in a battle with the spirit, my soul and my ego at the moment, which is very frustrating. Yeah, because um, usually I like to meditate and could be in nature and stuff like that, but it feels like the last, definitely last year, it feels like I've been so out of touch with that. And it's like, there are things that I actually like doing, or maybe I need to do it more consciously, like more mindful. Like, okay, cool, we're going to be in nature, so let's be in nature, yeah? That makes sense. Because it's all good being in nature. It's not all good being in nature. It's good being in nature, right? It doesn't matter if you're distracted or not distracted, yeah? But being more present, if that makes sense. Present is the key. I keep saying these things. You know what? Yeah, it's like I'm having another realization. Like being present is like key. Yeah, because that's where the main healing is. And I was talking to my friend about it. What was it? I think on the 15th. Oh, happy Valentine's Day as well, guys. Um, yeah, about the like about tarot readers and stuff like that. Like a lot of people want to try to change certain outcomes or try to change certain things, right? But you can only change or want to know their destiny or what things going to happen in the future and stuff. But the only thing that you can actually change, yeah, is the right now, like the present moment, yeah. So it's all good. No matter what, every decision that we make can change the outcome of a path that we're on. If that makes sense. Um, so when you're getting readings, when people are doing readings, like tarot readings and stuff, they're picking out numerous outcomes, right? Not just a specific outcome, right? Because everything is changing and evolving. Like I was saying, if you make one decision, um, it can alter the path that you're on, if that makes sense. Uh, Man, it is cold as hell, man. Yeah, it's cold. Um, so and what else was another thing? I don't know. For some reason, we have a chopper out as well. You see it? Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we have a chopper out. What else was I going to say? Yeah, about the healing journey. Yeah. Um, it's like we're going up the mountain. But the more healing we do and the more conscious you become, it's like you have the same lesson. That's why they call them life lessons, because sometimes some of them can take lifetimes to learn, right? So um, you'll keep coming around to the same lessons, and the way you approach them and the way you handle them or deal with them or uh, stuff like that will determine your healing, how much you've healed, and yeah, how much you've healed and stuff. Hello, babes. Hello, babes. Yeah, how much you've healed and stuff, and your progress. It's like we always get triggered. Like it's the journey in it, by certain things and stuff like that. But it's just how you respond. Yeah, it's how you respond to them. Um, because yeah, like I was saying, healing is an ongoing process, man. Um, so yeah, it's like yeah, the more healing we do, the more to our original state we become or get back to. And that's what we're actually trying to get back to as well, our original state. And the book that I'm reading, what's it called? The book is called, I don't know. I think it's called like How to Heal from uh emotionally immature parents or something like that, right? And it's basically the part that I'm on is like when I had the realization, right? Um, the it actually the as soon as I opened, because I haven't read the book in like a little while, so I picked it up. I was like, all right, cool. So when I had the realization, as soon as I opened the page, right, it's funny how the universe sends signs and things align, yeah. So when I come to the realization, as soon as I opened the page, a few lines into reading the book, yeah, it was talking about inner child healing, right? And it was basically saying, when you always have your true self and you have a role self, right? So your true self is always there, yeah, but it's about reconnecting with your true self, yeah, and that could take a while depending how much layers and how much trauma you've been through, right? Um, it's actually lovely here. I would actually grind as well. But yeah, it's about actually getting back to your true self, right? So um, and the full self. So depending how long you've been in your full self is gonna and what you've experienced to create your full self. Because say for instance, like a narcissist, right? It's not that they're bad people, right? But narcissists are actually very. You see the how a narcissist presents himself, right? They can be like they come across as number one, and they're the best, and it's all about the external, right? But internally, right? They're actually um, it's like children, and they're very vulnerable, and they don't let anyone get close to that vulnerability, right? This is because they're so disconnected from their inner child, if that makes sense, right? So it's like it's funny. It's like two sides of the same coin. Um, but like I was saying, sitting with yourself and questioning things can be very uncomfortable, right? Um, yeah, it can be very uncomfortable. So depending on the trauma that you've had, is gonna determine how far you are away from your real self, right? The true self. Um, and where was I going with the true self? So yeah, when I had that realization, it's like, oh right, cool. So that's all we're trying to actually get back to. I've been saying this for years now in the videos and stuff about trying to get back to our true self, and what we our true self is basically being childlike. So going back to when we was children, before trauma and the programming begun, and then um, other events, whatever takes place in your life, then you create this full self, yeah, that helps you to survive, and it's the ego basically, right? So the ego helps you to survive and navigate the 3D realm, to a certain degree. It helps you to survive and navigate, right? But then it comes to a point where the coping strategies, or we can just feel that something's missing, and you just feel a big disconnect, right? And it's like that happens because you're disconnected from oneself, yeah, if that makes sense. um so yeah, we're just the main goal is to try and get back to our original state before the trauma and um, life events that take place and loss and grief and stuff. It's like yeah, the with say for instance, yeah, basically you need to question, well you don't need to, but this is what I've been doing, questioning things that I used to like doing as a child, right? um it's been hard. I need to dig more into this, right? Because it's been an ongoing thing, but now it's time like trying to connect the emotions with events and just trying to connect with emotions, right? Because emotions can be painful, man. And then that's why you got a lot of people that suppress emotions. I was one of them, drinking and smoking weed like mad, yeah, to suppress, right? But our feelings are there to actually guide us, yeah, and to help us navigate this 3D realm, yeah, because your feelings are your intuition, right? But we have not been taught to be emotionally intelligent in this 3D realm, because they want you so disconnected that you're basically just running on autopilot, right? And they basically, yeah, the more that when you start feeling and understanding your emotions, that's how you master who you are. Because when you tune into your emotions and listen to them, you will know what's for you and what's not for you. Yeah, like if you're, all right, just using this as an example, if you're emotionally intelligent, yeah, and you're with a partner, and I don't know, your partner's not treating you right or something, your emotions will tell you that, right? And the more connected you are with self, you will know either to set boundaries or leave the situation because it's not for your highest good and it's not serving you, right? Not saying you can't grow and evolve and stuff like that, but just using that as an example. Or being in certain situations, yeah, um, that is not right for you, like, and being conscious of it, yeah, like, everyone's probably had this situation where you've had this feeling to not go or do something, right? And you don't listen, you say fuck it. Yeah, listen, that fuck it word, yeah, is wicked. Yeah, it's all fun and that when you're kids and that, say, oh yeah, fuck it, like that can end up in some shit, yeah. And then anyway, so then you say, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna go anyway, and then you go, and the situation was bad, or things just didn't work out right. Like you was going, you caught every red light, you missed every bus, and just using that as an example, right? It's because you wasn't meant to go, and then you found out something happened that you actually swerved. If that makes sense. So like, you know, um, then this is just popping to mind. Like rejection is redirection, yeah. And what else was that just popped into mind? So I thought I'd share that. What was I going to say? And sometimes the universe puts roadblocks in your way, to actually protect you. Your ancestors and guides and the universe is always on your side, yeah. Um, even though it doesn't feel like that sometimes, yeah. It can feel like you're getting kicked in the teeth and that, but the universe works for your highest good, trust, yeah. Um, but like sometimes you think, oh yeah, let me just take when you actually tune in and listen, you say, oh yeah, let me take a different route home, or I'm gonna go down this, or I'm gonna try this, and just different things, right? Like sometimes if you take a different route, yeah, that might have actually saved you or protected you from being in a situation that wasn't actually for you. Like when you hear wrong place at the wrong time, yeah, that happens more often than you think. Yeah, when people ain't in tune. Oh yeah, fuck it, yeah, I'm just gonna go just do whatever, and it's like, yeah, wrong place, wrong time, and mistaken identity and all of that stuff, right? But that's a part of soul contracts and um, things that was meant to take place anyway, right? But that's other people's journey. But um, yeah, getting in touch with our emotions is key. Yeah, it's key, man. So yeah, what's it called? Having to be still. Um, Having to be still, process emotions, or get more in touch with them. And one thing I will say, because certain emotions can be scary, right? Especially if you've been suppressing. Um, so it's not about diving full into your emotions, right? It's about kind of holding space for them. Yeah. And breath work is really important and really does help. Like sitting with yourself, don't have to be a long time. Just take a few deep breaths and kind of just stay still. And whatever comes up, comes up. And then if you're feeling uncomfortable, you can stretch and move. And just sit with it as long as possible. And then when it starts getting really uncomfortable, then move your body and then change the scenery or whatever. And then I need to start making this a regular practice. Because healers actually need healing as well. So it's like me, I get the information, I can share the information, but then I need someone else to tell me that back, if that makes sense. Because yeah, it's really weird. Um, yeah, the way, and it's like the way I absorb information as well. I can say the information like that kind of. It depends. Sometimes my communication is off, but sometimes I can break down complex information into simple terms. That way people can understand, because some of the things are really hard to understand, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's just interesting, man. Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, having to stay still, watching the infrastructure collapse, having to process emotions, um, lessons repeating. It's not that they repeat. Yeah, they are kind of, not repeating. But it's like when you think, oh yeah, I've healed from that, and then it comes back around. And it's like, oh no, you're not as healed as you thought you were, or something else comes up for you to experience to heal again. But you know what? Yeah, I might make a part two to this because this is already like it's like 25 minutes in. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys up and I'm gonna do a part two anyway.